Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today the world found out that Takeoff lost his life early this morning in a dice game outside of a bowling alley where they were hosting a private event.
We're back now with an update on that breaking news from Houston, Texas. A representative has just confirmed Migos rapper Takeoff is dead after a shooting. It happened at a party around 2:35 a.m. local time there in Houston. Police say 2 others were injured. Police say Quavo, who is another Migos member, was also at that party.
Now, according to that news story, Quavo was there with Takeoff when he lost his life. Now, this is Quavo. Quavo is 1/3 of the group Migos, and he's also the uncle of Takeoff. Now, he was there with Takeoff when he lost his life, and even attempted to revive him and give him CPR while he was on the ground. Now, that footage is going all over social media, and so are the rumors. Now, the biggest rumors out there are that this was over a dice game, which was confirmed. Then, a lot of people said it might have been somebody from the Migos' own team that accidentally shot Takeoff and took his life. An even bigger rumor is that Quavo was the one that was arguing prior to this taking place and might be partially to blame. And there's been alleged witnesses that take to social media to give their side of the story because it was a crowd of people that was outside when the dice game took place and the shooting took place. Now, before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. Now, the news of Takeoff losing his life in Houston outside of a bowling alley in a dice game has really shook up the hip-hop media space. Now, you have different people giving accounts of what they say went down. You have even people coming out to say that they were witnesses to the shooting. Now, video footage of the shooting has leaked online, even the after effects showing Takeoff in his final state. And Quavo can be seen earlier that day cruising around Houston's 5th Ward with either Jazz Prince or Jay Prince Jr.
Slide through the town.
How we get down?
Got the birthday boy with me.
Yeah, also.
Yeah, we on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th Ward.
Now, even though in that video it looked like a joyous occasion, this still has some fans believing that there was some sort of backdoor or setup go down and Takeoff ended up being the victim. But to be completely honest, a dice game going the wrong way has been the downfall of many a man. But what's worst about this situation is some have gone to social media to say that Quavo was the person who escalated the situation. Now imagine being the person that escalated a situation that got your nephew killed. It would be tough to live with that sort of pain going forward, man. But hopefully the best for Quavo, and always rest in peace to Takeoff. Now, a Twitter user went to social media to show some receipts and give their take on what they say happened at the bowling alley and the dice game. Now, in this tweet, this person said this. They said, "I'ma speak on this because I feel I got to. I was there right next to Takeoff. They wasn't arguing about shooting dice. Quavo was pressed and Takeoff was hit by stray bullets, shot for no reason. RIP Takeoff. He didn't deserve that. He was to himself the whole night." Now, everything we know about Takeoff and following the Migos, we can say that that kind of matches his profile. That kind of matches what we see from him. He seems to be the quiet person out of the Migos. He seems to be the person that keeps to himself. Now, that same account made another tweet where they wanted to share even more receipts, even going as far as to show their costume and that they were standing right next to Takeoff when this took place. Now, in this tweet, this is what was said. "I didn't come on here for clout. I'm sad. I watched somebody who was out the mix the whole time get killed on accident. They wasn't arguing about dice. Takeoff wasn't even shooting with them." Now, what's crazy is we've seen the video, which is owned by TMZ. That's why I can't show it here. But it also shows that Takeoff was kind of standing off, but you do see Quavo arguing about something. I don't know if it was about dice, but man, this might line up with the truth. Now, what's even crazier is this next series of tweets where somebody who claims to have been at the shooting and had been at the dice game and had been at the bowling alley, they also said that they were there and gave their account of what happened. Now, it sounds similar to what was said by the last person, but there's a lot more details, and it's all laid out in a text message stream. So let's check this out. Now, this tweet reads like a message that someone sent from their phone to someone else, and they screenshotted it to show it as proof. Now, it starts off by saying this. It says, "So Quavo was shooting dice, and he was getting his pockets broke off bad. So dude had an attitude, and he tried getting aggressive with the wrong mob ties member. not gonna drop names, and dude got on him. Then somebody they was with jumped up, and that's when everybody bunched up. Then shots just started ringing, but they were coming from somebody Migos was with. But he was shooting wild and hit Takeoff on accident. And the other cats started shooting back, and I think he got hit again, but ultimately his own homeboy killed him, because when he got hit the first time, I seen his body drop. Now this tweet has gone all over social media, and the way that they're telling this story, it essentially is agreeing with the narrative that Takeoff was shot by one of his own homeboys. Now it continues by saying this. It says Quavo was plexed up over some small stuff. It really wasn't worth it. Takeoff was the coolest, quietest dude in the room the whole time. And that matches up with what the other poster said about, yo, Takeoff was just chilling. He was a chill dude, he's quiet, and that matches up with what we see from him, his demeanor and everything. Now, there are some people on social media that aren't buying any of these tweets, and they're saying that these were intentionally put out to cause confusion and have people think a different narrative of what happened, and to avoid people from thinking about the back door and the possibility that Takeoff and Quavo were set up from the time that they showed up to Houston. And it doesn't end there. And that last tweet was followed by 2 more tweets that said this. Now he says he wasn't saying a word, just chilling in the cut. He didn't even know what was going on. He just jumped up and got shot out of nowhere. Houston for sure about to be a no-fly zone, because Mob supposed to be protecting these artists. Now when he's talking about Mob, he's talking about Mob ties. Now I don't know who sent this or if these tweets are even real, but they're basically saying that Mob Ties was present and that somebody from Mob Ties got into it with somebody from Quavo and Takeoff's camp, and that's when Takeoff lost his life. And whoever made that message did make a good point, if it's real or not. Mob Ties and all this checking in, isn't it supposed to be for protection? So how does somebody of Takeoff's stature get shot and killed under your umbrella? Now, he also continued with another post that said this. Now, in this next tweet, you can see that there's a picture there, and you can clearly see Quavo in the same outfit that we see from the pictures of the shooting, in the same outfit that we see in the video of the altercation, and you see the guy in the green jacket who looked like the guy he was arguing with during the altercation. Now, what's crazy is he had a message at the bottom of it as well. It says, "This was moments before." So what's wild is this is moments right before the shooting took place and right before Takeoff lost his life. Now what's going on social media right now is everybody is looking for somebody to blame, because this is essentially a tragedy that happened in hip hop. Now there's already pictures floating on social media of the alleged member of Takeoff and Quavo's crew who shot and killed Takeoff, according to the rumors, right? But I'm not gonna show that out of protection of people that are involved or might not be involved and might just be innocent altogether. Now with that, before we close this thing out, I want y'all to tell me in the comments section, do you think that this narrative that someone from Takeoff's camp is the one that shot him and ended his life? Or do you think this is just a smokescreen to cover up somebody else who might have been involved? Now with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get all these updates. And we out of here. Peace. Oh yeah, RIP to Takeoff.